Hi, this is Kristina Reese and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I am going to show you how to create this beautiful Christmas card. I did a watercolor wash. I'm going to show you how to do that. Then I heat embossed, and I want to pull that up so you can kind of see it. Can you see the light reflecting? Heat embossed a white pine tree and silver sentiment, tied a bow, and that is what I want to show you how to do today. So let's get started. Creating a watercolor wash is a very easy technique, and that is what I want to show you how to do right now. So very simply, we have a piece of watercolor paper. We're going to take the ink from Pool Party. We're going to get some ink on the plastic lid right there, and we have an aqua painter. Now the first thing you want to do is get your paper wet, so just clear water. I know you can't see it, but I'm getting my watercolor paper wet. And I love the aqua painter because it, like, water just keeps coming out of it. You don't have to keep dipping it in to a glass of water. Anyway, so then I've got my color, and now I just wash. Cool, huh? And to get it darker, you would dry this and then just add another coat. So that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to take my heat tool and very quickly dry this. Now that that is dry, I'm just going to continue to add more color. And that is what we call a watercolor wash. Pretty cool, huh? Now what we're going to do with this card is we are going to heat emboss a Christmas tree and a saying. So let me go ahead and dry this watercolor, what I just did here. Now that our watercolor wash is dry, it's time to heat emboss. So I have Versamark ink, silver for the saying and white for the tree. We have an embossing buddy, and this just helps eliminate any static or anything that's on this paper. And the powder, the embossing powder, will only stick to the Versamark. It won't stick to the embossing buddy. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this out. Now another thing I have is a coffee filter to catch all the excess embossing powder. Oh, and I am using, lovely as a tree, I'm using this pine tree right here. Okay, just dip that in the Versamark there. And Versamark is just a sticky clear ink. And I'm kind of bringing my tree up a little bit because I want to put a ribbon at the bottom. So I want to remember that. And hold it there for a moment. Firm, do not rock, just firm down and then lift straight up. Then you take your white embossing powder, and put all the excess back in. And let's take the heat tool and heat emboss this. Perfect. Okay, so we have our tree. Now we need our saying. Our saying is from Timeless Tidings, sending good tidings of comfort and joy. And once again, we need our Versamark ink. And this time, we're going to use the silver embossing powder. Now, the heat gun, it did warp the, or I shouldn't say warp, but it kind of curls the watercolor paper, and that's okay. We're going to be using a lot of dimensional to hold this down. So let's do that. But before we do that, let's put our ribbon on here. So we just have this white ribbon with the silver trim, and I'm just tying a simple knot, so I don't need very much, just right there. I have another trick. When I'm tying knots or bows, I use these clamping tweezers because it's like having a third hand. So I just put that right, oops, of course if I would tie my, there we go. And it just holds it for me. Whoops. There we go. And then just trim off our ends. Perfect. I'm going to scoot it over a little bit so it's under the tree. Bring it up just a little bit. There we go. All right. And now let's finish this card. So our card base is Pool Party. And we are going to first frame our watercolor paper with the silver foil sheet. And when I'm using a non-porous, very slick surface, I like to use my multi-purpose glue, the liquid glue. Also, the watercolor paper needs a very strong adhesive. So it works really well. Let me stick that on there real quick. Looks like my ribbon moved a little bit. There we go. Okay, and just hold that for a sec. Okay, that should do it. Now, some dimensionals. When I am adhering an entire card face layer to a card base, I like to use my leftover dimensional pieces here. They're nice long strips. Just clip them at the corners. And then just there. Okay, now that I have all the dimensionals on the back, just adhere this to my card front. And there we have it. We have our Christmas card. How fast and quick was that? And look how beautiful it is. So just a simple watercolor wash, a little heat embossing, tie a ribbon, put it together, and voila! You can make a whole bunch of these and make some beautiful handmade Christmas cards to send out to your family and friends this year. If you enjoyed this card tutorial, give me a thumbs up and share it with your crafty friends. I sure would appreciate it. Also, if you like card tutorials, be sure to sign up for my email. Every week, I send out a free card tutorial that is exclusive to my email subscribers. It includes photos and written directions of all kinds of fun cards and sometimes projects and scrapbook pages. So be sure to do that. The link is below in the description box. I hope you all have a wonderful, beautiful, creative rest of your day. Thank you again for watching, and until next week, bye-bye.